Did that go? Okay. Today we're talking water. Maybe, like me, you're not from Arizona. Maybe you're from a place where it actually rains. Well, here in the desert, it's a little different. We are in year 18 of a drought, and we're not sure when that drought's going to end. So if we want to save water, we really should know where it comes from. Today we're going to be looking at the city of Phoenix and where the H2O molecules that end up in your sink start. About 58% of that water comes from the Salt and Verity rivers, about 40% comes from the Colorado River in the west, and about 2% comes from groundwater. So right now let's just look at the Salt and Verity river source. First, we have to start north of the Mogollon Rim. Those molecules start up there in the form of snowflakes. That snow builds and builds into a snowpack, and then it melts into the Salt and Verity rivers. There are 7 dams used by the Salt River Project to help store water to be used by cities across the valley. Seen from above, it's an incredible perspective to see how humans have stepped in to manage nature. But now the bad news. This year's snowpack was near record low, which means hardly any water flowed into those reservoirs. That doesn't mean your taps are going to run dry anytime soon. Phoenix and SRP say they plan 50 years or more in advance for the water supply. There is some good news. SRP is working with other valley cities to help store water in a giant underground aquifer. It's called the Granite Reef Underground Storage Project, or for short, GRUSP. Here's how it works. To date, there's been more than 1 million acre-feet stored at GRUSP. Think of GRUSP like a savings account, and think of the above-ground reservoirs and dams as checking accounts. So cities use the reservoir water for water that they need right now, and then they put water into their savings account, which would be GRUSP, to use later. The reason cities are saving water now is to look ahead to the future and how the water supply is going to change. Several studies have shown that climate change is going to impact how droughts happen in the West, and it doesn't look good. And other studies are showing that small snowpack that we talked about earlier, that's due to climate change too. So cities are looking closely to see how these underground savings accounts are going to be used and how soon that might be.